Today, we're diving into the world of Conqueror's Haki Awakeners in One Piece, exploring the intricacies of their plotlines and the impact they have on the story. Based on episode 1095, we've compiled a comprehensive list of 24 characters who possess this formidable power. We're analyzing the might and influence of these top-tier Conqueror's Haki users. Take characters like Gol D. Roger and Monkey D. Luffy, for instance. We're examining the capabilities of their Conqueror's Haki and the significant roles they play in the narrative. We'll also delve into how their awakening shapes the entire storyline of One Piece. Heads up, this video contains spoilers up to episode 1095, so watch out if you're not caught up. If you have different insights on these Awakeners, feel free to drop a comment. If you find these theories and insights eye-opening, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First up, let's talk about the original Conqueror's Haki Awakener, the Pirate King himself, Gol D. Roger. It's undeniable that Roger was a master of Conqueror's Haki. Hints of Roger possessing this power surfaced in episode 570 when Luffy used his Haki during the Summit War. Garp's comment about Luffy inheriting it hinted at the possibility of Conqueror's Haki being passed down through lineage. Moreover, Ace's reaction further led many fans to speculate that his father, Roger, also possessed this power. After all, being a pirate, it was somewhat expected of him. The actual depiction of Roger using Conqueror's Haki came much later in the Wano Country arc, in a flashback of Odin in episode 966. Interestingly, Roger's use of Conqueror's Haki was not about intimidating or rendering opponents unconscious, but as an advanced form, integrating it into his attacks. The first instance was against Odin with his Kamusari, and the second against Whitebeard with a powerful strike. His application of Conqueror's Haki in attacks was simply too cool. Kaido's remark to Luffy about powers not ruling the world, similar to how Roger wasn't a fruit power user but dominated with his Haki. This suggests that Roger's Conqueror's Haki was top tier in the series. Next, we have the right-hand man of the Pirate King, Dark King Silver's Rayleigh. Rayleigh first revealed his Conqueror's Haki in episode 503, at the human auction in Sabaody Archipelago 2 years prior. He made his appearance amidst the chaos caused by Luffy and the crew trying to save the captured mermaid Kami. Back then, Conqueror's Haki wasn't as explicitly defined, but it was clear that the Pirate King's right-hand man was no ordinary person. There was a sense that he possessed some incredible power. Rayleigh could still code his attacks in Conqueror's Haki, as seen when he faced off against Blackbeard, who was after Hancock. Even in retirement, he caused Blackbeard to sweat. Considering he trained 3 of the current 4 emperors, his prowess is undeniable. I, for one, would love to see Rayleigh unleash his Haki to its fullest in the final arc. Moving on, we have the samurai from Wano Country, Kozuki Odin. Hints of Odin possessing Conqueror's Haki first surfaced in episode 924, shortly after entering Wano Country. In a scene where Luffy, struck by Kaido, is being captured, he unconsciously knocks out Kaido's men with Conqueror's Haki. Witnessing this, Ashura Doji mutters, "Lord Odin's technique." This suggests that in Wano, Odin might have been the sole wielder of Conqueror's Haki. When Odin battled Kaido, the characteristic black lightning of Haki-infused attacks was depicted. Moreover, in the anime, scenes of him rendering Kaido's men unconscious were also shown. Odin, favored by the likes of Roger and Whitebeard, who were akin to supreme rulers themselves, and having left a significant scar on Kaido, it's not surprising that he possessed Conqueror's Haki. Next up, we have another legend, Whitebeard, also known as Edward Newgate. Hints of Whitebeard possessing Conqueror's Haki were also seen in episode 570 during the peak of the Summit War. One of the pirates remarks, "He's just like the old man in red hair," upon seeing Luffy's Conqueror's Haki. Whitebeard, regarded as a monster and said by Sengoku to have the power to destroy the world, was a force to be reckoned with. It's only natural for someone of his stature, who stood toe-to-toe with Roger, to possess Conqueror's Haki. Whitebeard's actual use of Conqueror's Haki was depicted in the same flashback of Odin during the clash between the Roger pirates and the Whitebeard pirates. The scene where 2 Conqueror's Haki users collide is incredibly cool. That battle left a significant impact in the flashback of Odin's past. Continuing, we have Portgas D. Ace, Luffy's brother and Roger's biological son, who also perished during the Summit War. He serves as an example of the potential hereditary nature of Conqueror's Haki. Hints of Ace possessing Conqueror's Haki were also given during the Summit War. His actual use of Conqueror's Haki was depicted in episode 587, which focused on his and Luffy's childhood. It seems Ace awakened his Conqueror's Haki even earlier than Luffy, at a very young age. Ace first unleashed his Conqueror's Haki in the trash heap when Luffy was about to be harmed by pirates. Shouting, "Don't lay a hand on Luffy," he knocked out most of the surrounding pirates. Ace was only around 10 years old at that time. The fact that he possessed the qualities of a supreme ruler at such a young age could arguably surpass Roger himself. In other manga stories, it's a common theme for a son to incredibly surpass their teacher or parent. So the idea that Ace had the potential to become stronger than Roger isn't far-fetched. Now let's look at two figures who were recently contenders for the title of Pirate King and were considered closest to achieving it, Kaido and Big Mom. First up, Big Mom, captain of the Big Mom Pirates, whose real name is Charlotte Linlin. In her battle with Kid and Law, she truly displayed the monstrous strength befitting a Four Emperor. Big Mom's possession of Conqueror's Haki was revealed in episode 850 during a comment by Bej. This was around the time when Big Mom's assassination plan was revealed. Bej mentioned that when Mother Carmel's picture was damaged, Big Mom unleashed a scream with Conqueror's Haki. It was almost expected that Big Mom, being a Four Emperor, would possess Conqueror's Haki, but looking back it was quite subtly revealed. Once you reach the level of the Four Emperors, possessing Conqueror's Haki seems almost standard. And of course, as a legendary pirate, Big Mom is also capable of infusing her attacks with Conqueror's Haki, a feat only achievable by a select few. Next, we have the former Four Emperor and captain of the Beast Pirates, Kaido of the Beasts. It became clear that Kaido possessed Conqueror's Haki in episode 923 during his encounter with Luffy. Kaido knocked out Luffy with a single blow, and the attack was accompanied by the depiction of lightning, a hallmark of Conqueror's Haki. This was also evident in his clash with Big Mom in Wano, where the clash of their Conqueror's Haki was so intense it seemed to split the heavens. Later on, Kaido himself remarks that attacks infused with Conqueror's Haki are a feat only the strongest can achieve. Though subtly portrayed at the time, it was a testament to the immense power Kaido and Big Mom wielded. This is the world ruled by supreme rulers. Interestingly, Kaido inadvertently taught Luffy about infusing attacks with Conqueror's Haki. He later overwhelmed Luffy even after he mastered this technique. This suggests Kaido's Conqueror's Haki was among the highest levels, even among the former and current Four Emperors. Looking back, it's quite impressive that Luffy managed to defeat him. Now let's turn to the current Four Emperors, focusing on the captains and their allies. This means it's time for Luffy and Shanks to make their appearance. First, we'll look at Kaido's son, Yamato, who has already been accepted as a comrade by Luffy and the rest of the Straw Hat crew. Being Kaido's child, it's not surprising that Yamato was born with Conqueror's Haki, awakening it at a young age. Was it around the same age as Ace? Or perhaps even younger? Yamato's use of Conqueror's Haki was depicted in episode 1024. As a child, Yamato knocked out Kaido's men trying to stop him. Knocking out members of a Four Emperors crew at such a young age shows remarkable potential, true to Kaido's lineage. Yamato attacked with a stream of black lightning from a Kanabo club, so he can also infuse attacks with Conqueror's Haki, similar to Kaido and Luffy. With Wano Country likely to feature again, we can expect more exciting displays from Yamato in the future. Next, we have the Straw Hat Pirates number 2, the pirate hunter Zoro. Hints of Zoro possessing Conqueror's Haki were first suggested in episode 1010. After Zoro landed a powerful blow, Mojo no Taramore, on Kaido, Kaido expressed shock, questioning, "Could you also have Conqueror's Haki?" Zoro himself seemed unaware of this ability, indicating he had unconsciously used Conqueror's Haki as he responded without any recollection of it. It was a surprising development, especially as the story was nearing its climax. Zoro's clear awakening of Conqueror's Haki happened in episode 1033 during his final showdown with King. He decided to keep channeling Haki into Enma, and the moment he knocked out surrounding pirates, and King's remark about Zoro aspiring to be a king was incredibly cool. In the Egghead arc, with a battle with Lucci, Zoro's portrayal suggested he might now fully control Conqueror's Haki, likely a skill honed during his battles in Wano Country. We might see even more powerful Conqueror's Haki techniques from him in the final chapters. Now let's talk about the main protagonist, the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates and one of the Four Emperors, Monkey D. Luffy. Luffy has leveled up considerably with the introduction of Gear 5. Hints of Luffy's Conqueror's Haki were initially suggested in episode 495. His first use of Conqueror's Haki was depicted when he entered the Flying Fish Rider's hideout to save Hachan, knocking out Duval's Motobaro. Then his Haki fully awakened during the battle with the Gorgon sisters in episode 519. After 2 years of training, Luffy mastered his Conqueror's Haki. Post-timeskip in Fishman Island, he knocked out 50,000 fishmen. And in episode 1094, he was seen infusing his fists with Conqueror's Haki, similar to armament Haki. Luffy's mastery of Conqueror's Haki seems to have been significantly refined thanks to Rayleigh's guidance. We can expect to see more enhanced uses of Conqueror's Haki from Luffy in the future. Finally, let's discuss the Four Emperor Red-Haired Shanks, a pirate with monstrous levels of Haki capable of taking down Kid with a single punch. It's almost certain now that he has ties to the Celestial Dragons. Having spent his childhood under the Pirate King, Roger, Shanks undoubtedly ranks among the top pirates in terms of talent, experience, and strength. Who can really stand up to Shanks today? Shanks' Conqueror's Haki was first depicted in episode 434 when he visited Whitebeard's ship to speak with him directly. He knocked out most of the young crew members and even had commanders like Jozu and Marco on high alert. The might of Shanks' Haki is evident from instances like making Admiral Green Bull retreat in Wano and effortlessly defeating Kid. His mastery of Haki is arguably the strongest in the series, including his proficiency with Roger's Kamasuri. With more of Shanks' combat scenes expected, it will be exciting to see how his abilities are portrayed. Now let's shift focus from pirates to government figures who possess Conqueror's Haki. Indeed, there are those within the Navy who wield it. The first is former Fleet Admiral Sengoku, whose possession of Conqueror's Haki has been revealed through Vivre cards. Considering he was Garp's contemporary, it's not surprising that he has it. However, there haven't been any scenes of Sengoku using Conqueror's Haki. This might imply that we're unlikely to see him use it in future battles, especially since he seems to have retired from active duty. If it were to be depicted, it would likely be in a flashback or possibly during the moment of action, such as rescuing Garp. The second Navy figure is Luffy's grandfather and the legendary hero of the Navy, Monkey D. Garp. Garp has often been assumed to possess Conqueror's Haki. This was hinted at in a flashback with Don Chinzhao, where Garp's punch dented Chinzhao's famously hard head. Given that Chinzhao also had Conqueror's Haki, it was speculated that Garp could infuse his fist with it. Furthermore, in episode 1080, during the attack on Hachinosu, Garp displayed his Galaxy Impact technique, accompanied by the characteristic Black Lightning of Conqueror's Haki. Considering his lineage as the father of Revolutionary Army leader Dragon and grandfather of 4 Emperor Luffy, it would be surprising if he didn't have it. Even while taking damage, Garp split the massive skull rock of Hachinosu in half, showing he's still very much in his prime. Given his past battles with Roger and Whitebeard, it's likely that Garp possessed Conqueror's Haki on par with Roger in his heyday. Next is Garp's protege, Luffy's close friend and the young Navy hero, Kobe. In episode 1088, when Kobe unleashed the Honesty Impact to live up to Garp's trust, the effects of Conqueror's Haki were briefly illustrated. While it was a fleeting depiction, Kobe is set to awaken Conqueror's Haki in future episodes. His separation from Garp and Hachinosu foreshadows further significant developments and exploits. There's a lot of anticipation for Kobe's growth and his future in the story. Finally, let's discuss the 5 Elders, the highest authority in the world of One Piece. In episode 1094, during St. Saturn's landing on Egghead Island, Conqueror's Haki effects were depicted around him. Considering that Doflamingo, a celestial dragon descendant, and Shanks, who is highly likely to be of the same lineage, are both Conqueror's Haki Awakeners, it wouldn't be surprising if the 5 Elders also possess this power. The idea that most of the upcoming adversaries are powerful Conqueror's Haki Awakeners is daunting to consider. Furthermore, characters like Emu, the supposed mastermind, and Blackbeard are strong candidates for possessing Conqueror's Haki, indicating the number of such characters will likely increase. If you can think of any other characters who might possess Conqueror's Haki, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. That's all for today. This channel posts summaries, explanations, and ranking videos related to One Piece. If you like One Piece, we would be happy if you could support us by subscribing to our channel and commenting. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video.